devices. They're a carbon neutral company. From their packaging to their products, they really care about the planet. Their designs are unique and will make you feel empowered, elegant, and at your finest. As Valentine's Day approaches, I have so many friends who are single who really feel like Valentine's Day is only for people who have a partner. But the thing is, we all carry so much love in our hearts for other people, but the most important person we need to love is ourselves. This Valentine's Day, I want everyone to give some self-love to yourself. The most important person you can love is yourself, so be your own Valentine. Self-love takes acceptance, self-forgiveness, and patience, but self-love is so powerful. So be your own Valentine. Love yourself. I've really been taking time the last 6 months or so to think about what love is and to go on this self-love journey. And it hasn't always been easy, but it's been a very beautiful journey. This year for Valentine's Day, I ordered myself some new pieces from Ana Luisa. I ordered these 2 necklaces. I am obsessed with them. They are so dainty. They look so amazing on their own, but I love the combination of the gold and the turquoise and the pearls together. This is the Marni turquoise necklace, which is easy to pair with other necklaces, like for a layered look, but it looks beautiful on its own. I also got this Adelaide necklace, which is dainty. It has little freshwater pearls, and I got these low medium hoop earrings, which look amazing to wear on like a date night, but they also dress up just a t-shirt and jeans. Right now, Ana Luisa is having a Valentine's Day buy one, get one 50% off. So click the link down in the description box and grab some pieces for you. After all, you need to treat yourself. Self-love is the most important thing we can do for ourselves. How far would you go for love? Okay, let's get into our case today, which begins in Northern California, in a small town called Jenner, on August 18th, 2004. And on this day, Sonoma County Sheriff's Department received an emergency call that there was a man stranded on this cliff by the beach, so he needed to be rescued. A helicopter was dispatched to the scene to kind of take in the situation and try to determine the best way to rescue the man. While flying near the beach, the helicopter pilot notices 2 people in sleeping bags down on the beach, seemingly sleeping. These people never moved the entire time that the chopper was in the air, and it was pretty low to the ground, kind of surveying the area. Because helicopters are loud, normally people look up, wake up, kind of look around and try to see what's going on, but these people didn't even stir. So the pilot radios in, "What are you seeing?" And an officer was sent to the location to check on the people laying on the beach. When the officer arrived, he discovered the bodies of Lindsay, Cutshall, and Jason Allen. Lindsay was 22 years old, and Jason was 26. And both Lindsay and Jason had been shot in the head while sleeping on the beach. Police determined that someone had approached them Saturday night or early Sunday while they were sleeping in the sand and shot each of them in the head. Jewelry and money were left at the scene, so police this Christian adventure camp in El Dorado County. And once this summer job was over, they planned to take a road trip for a few days down the coast. Credit card receipts would show that they had been stopping at touristy sites as they made their way down the coast. Like they had visited the Golden Gate Bridge and Fisherman's Wharf. On August 15th, so 3 nights before their bodies were discovered, they had tried to get a motel room near the beach, but they were all full. So they decided to just sleep on the beach, even though sleeping on the beach in this area was prohibited. I guess they had like some camping gear with them, I'm assuming from their time at this like adventure camp. So they settled at Fish Head Beach to sleep for the night. Jason and Lindsay left their red Ford Tempo parked along a pull-off on Highway 1. They found this visitor's log, which was kept on the beach, and Jason left an entry that said, quote, "As I stir this mac and cheese, I think to myself, what a wonderful life." Okay, so let's go back to the crime scene, the forensics. A piece of a fragmented bullet was retrieved from Jason's head that gave some ballistic information on the bullet itself and the rifle that fired it. It was determined that the gun that had killed them was a .45 caliber Marlin model 1894, which is a hunting rifle mostly used by ranchers. And this gun was kind of their only lead, because no one saw anything, there were no witnesses, so they didn't have a lot to go on. I guess this was a gun that wasn't seen a lot in Northern California in this area. So police began trying to track down any owners of this type of gun. They tried to match the gun with anyone who might have one registered in their name, but it was a dead end. They couldn't trace this gun to any suspects. And soon, the murders of Lindsay Cutshall and Jason Allen were just another cold case. But then, on March 24th, 2017, almost 13 years later, Sonoma County officers would respond to a 911 call in the town of Forestville. A man named Shamos Gallen was dead from gunshot wounds. His older brother, 38-year-old Sean Gallen, had killed him. Sean Gallen was no stranger to the law. He had a long history of arrests, including a conviction for assault in 2009 for shooting a man with an arrow, like a bow and arrow. Sean really thought of himself as like a survivalist. He had built an AR-15 gun which he had used to kill his brother. Now it seemed like there was no motivation or trigger. He just got out of his car. With the gun he had made, he walked upstairs into the home and shot his brother in the chest, like completely out of the blue. While police were questioning Sean about his brother's murder, he just admits to a double homicide. But then he wouldn't tell police anymore, and I'm not sure if he was bragging or what led They knew that Sean had been a criminal, but once he was killed, or once he killed his brother, they began being able to link him to all of these other crimes. Okay, so Sean had 2 children, and the mother of his second child had threatened, him via Facebook Messenger, that she was going to turn him in for the double homicide and collect the $50,000 reward that had been raised for information in Lindsay and Jason's murders. And right after the murders, actually it was a week before the murders, witnesses saw him wearing head-to-toe camo, and he had a loaded gun on him, and he was walking around on the beach, the same beach where they were killed. After the murders, a family friend had gone to police and told them that she thought Sean had murdered the couple on the beach. She said, "Look, I know he tortures and kills animals for fun." And police looked into this, and he had been arrested for animal abuse in the past. Also, weeks after the murder, 2 weeks after the murder, Sean had been in jail on poaching charges. So, he's behind bars when this witness comes forward and is like, "Hey, I think this is the guy." She even told police that she knew for a fact that he had given all of his guns to his father and had asked him to get rid of the rifle. And all of the guns, but particularly this rifle that police were interested in. So this was in 2004, but nothing really came of this. This was long before his brother had been killed, so it's possible, his brother's murder could have been prevented, but it's not like police did nothing. I guess they did go and search his property after they got this information, because there was nothing that linked him to the crime scene. But they searched his property, but there was no evidence because his father had gotten rid of it all. So they searched the property, but nothing happened. Then he gets out of jail on these poaching charges. He shaves his head and his beard off, trying to alter his appearance. After he was arrested for these murders, he was seen by 2 doctors. They described him as having schizotypal personality disorder. According to the Cleveland Clinic, schizotypal personality disorder is a mental condition marked by a consistent pattern of intense discomfort with relationships and social situations. People with schizotypal disorder typically display unusual behavior, odd speech, and magical beliefs. So while they're getting ready to go to trial, or just not even go to trial, but kind of compiling the evidence, they find that in 2011 he had applied for disability benefits through the state, and as part of this, he had to be evaluated by a psychologist. This doctor noted that Sean had, quote, loose associations and bizarre thinking, and that his reality was really off. A social worker was also interviewed who tried to enter his home in 2004 because they believed he would try to hurt his brother. So there were a lot of people who were concerned about him. In this case, when the social worker came, Sean's mom wouldn't allow the social worker to enter the home. So that just kind of ended that. So there were a lot of people who recognized that Sean was an unsafe person. Sean ended up pleading guilty to the 3 murders, and he was sentenced to 3 in 2001 that he had overdosed on LSD in 2001, and he was never the same after that. He said that he had severe mental health issues, and he said there was really no motive for any of these murders other than he was unhappy with his own life and haunted by his own demons. Sean's dad lied to police when they asked him where he put the murder weapon. And then after he lied to police, like shortly after that, he ended his own life. Sean himself blamed all of his victims for why he had done what he had done. In the case of Lindsay and Jason, they were breaking the law by sleeping on the beach, where there were signs that said sleeping on the beach was prohibited, so that was why it killed them. It was their fault. They shouldn't have been sleeping on the beach. Like, that was the motive. And that is the story of the murders of Lindsay and Jason. So absolutely sad and tragic that this young couple, they were just sleeping on a beach, and like, they were at the beginning of their life, the beginning of their relationship, so in love, they seemed so happy, and they were just killed in cold blood. That is it for that story. Remember to check out the link down below. Anna Louisa has this amazing Valentine's Day sale going on. Buy one, get one 50% off. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. Love you.